This is Sarita here with your weekly reading, and this week I'm using the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck, and this is by John Holland. Yeah, so the next deck I'm going to be using is the Osho Tarot deck, and I cannot think of how to say the person's name who created this deck, but this is the overall guidance deck that I'm going to use for that, and this is for the week of the 4th through the 10th of October. Very, very interesting week. Very interesting week. Did I say interesting week? Very. So let's go ahead and shuffle the deck real quick. I have some announcements. Also, I have launched my school, Naturally High Life Academy, and I'm so excited about that. I have been writing a lot, which you all know I have some books and things like that because I love teaching and training and stuff like that. So it's available. It's going to be a promotional video. I'll list it probably after the weekly readings, but it's already done. That's why I've been delayed with this. But let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple cards from this, and then I'm going to give you a message from the Ascended Masters, and then we're still going to do the love reading, which is coming up next after this video. All right, so this week for everyone, what should they know and what will be going on? Let's look and see. This is the Star card, and when I see this card, I didn't say anything because I'm so excited. I don't want to go over the top with my excitement and happiness. This is one of my favorite cards. What it says to me, number one, is that a breakthrough is happening. It's coming through. And the reason why I'm getting the message from my guides is that there has been a realization on the inside for many that something has to change. And I know I've said it before, but it's a different type of change. That change has to do with the amount of confidence and exuberance and willpower that you have to get things done with. That's the difference. Many of you haven't felt like you've had the energy to do what it is that needs to be done. After the Aries full moon that just passed, it lit up everything, right? And now people are taking ownership more, also stepping into their power. And if it's people coming around trying to control them or pull them in one direction or another or play emotional games, I really feel like you feel so good about life right now that you're not bothered by it. The other people also surrounding you are really supporting you. And those who are not there to support, because as you see, this is a person who is in there, right? And so if you see a lack or a bridge of support in your circle, then I feel like you're going to be cutting people off. You're going to be deleting numbers. You're going to be moving on. It's definitely time that some people don't go forward. And of course, this happens. So this is going on for some people, may not be going on for you. I'm not sure, but this card coming through, definitely the guides are definitely there. And that's why I'm getting a message to go ahead and give some Ascendant Master messages for this reading. And yeah, pretty much I'm going to give one for each of the signs. That's what they're telling me to do. So I'm not going to do a full reading on it for every sign because you have your monthlies. But for this week, they're saying to work with a specific Ascendant Master for each sign. So this reading, I'll go ahead and do that in just a second. Okay, so stay tuned for that. So then we got the Star card. Abundance, money flow, new energy, exuberance, feeling lighter, definitely feeling like you can do, you're feeling capable of getting it done. And people are going to have to step aside because any BS is not being dealt with this week. It's not even being dealt with. It's like, look here, I don't have time for this. And it's like a happy energy though, so it's something that really doesn't even have to be said. It's like understood already. So you will clearly see also people's motivations for why and how they do things. and it'll be something's going to come up in you. It may hurt a little bit because of what you see, because this light is really shining, is showing what's there. So it's like, something dark. You go in a dark basement or something, and you go into the corners of some old house, and you see some stuff, and you're like, I don't like what I see. But it's real though. So reality is setting in. And I feel like you've already gotten the reality check. But now it's time. And it's action time. And you have the energy to do it. And emotions are really not getting in the way. And you feel like you have that support. Also, I have a spirit guide. A spirit guide alignment. It's a study. It's a course coming out. And I'm going to be launching that. It'll be launching this week. And this also is showing that, because whenever I see the star card, well, it shows hope there for one thing, right? So yeah, you have that hope because you feel like something is supporting you. You feel supported by the universe, the infinite power of the universe. You feel it within yourself. You feel stronger than ever. And no reason why you would not, because this is a powerful heavy hitter card. Also shows leaving troubling times. Heavily troubling times with people with their stuff, people that were hurting, that needed your help, and now you're giving that help to yourself. And you are getting the support that you need now after supporting others as much as you have. Okay, so definitely financially, breakthroughs. You're going to be feeling all of that. The other card for this week is this one. And it's so good, right? I really feel this. This is the Three of Wands when I see this in this deck. So again, someone is stepping forward. The curtain has come down behind them. They got the sun behind them. They've got that support of the sun. They are building a new reality from the truth that they have realized and seen, and you have the energy to carry out what needs to be done. And it's still Mercury retrograde too. And also Pluto is going forward. And I have Pluto in my first house, so you know how I'm feeling. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling good now. So, because Pluto was retrograde for 5 months, yeah. So you really saw the plays and displays of power being played out. But with Mercury retrograde, being in its retrograde position right now, you have to slow down and you got to go backwards. And yeah, you got to finish up the tasks that have not been done. But it's so good because with these two together, you have the energy to do it. And you're not wondering what thing to start with. I would say this week is awesome for having a list. Having a list in place. One list that has to do with your daily knockout list. And I got this from a sister named LaShonda. She's so powerful with the way that she sets up her stuff and she gets it done. So you would put together, she talks about a knockout list and then your priority list. And the knockout list is stuff that can be done in an hour or less. And then anything else, you put it on your priority list. Things that they take a little bit more time. So stepping forward with this card and then receiving this recognition and reward is priority time. You got to prioritize what's important and what's not to make room to receive what's duly yours. To receive what you have been working so hard for. Some of you haven't seen it yet. And you're like, man, my body, my mind, my spirit, and you feel aching. I feel like some of you have aches in your body from the stress. You've been worrying so much. I feel like you're going to finally be able to rest some because you're going to see that things are really working out for you. And it's true they are. It's true they are, truly, with this card coming up. Also, yeah, any sort of acting that is in your sphere of awareness that's not real, you're going to see it. And you're going to be grateful that you see it when you saw it. When you see it, when you saw it, when you're seeing it, because you're able to make the decisions of your future based off of what you see. Because some of you are making decisions based off of more than one person and what they're doing. And the light bulb's going off. then it's really your thing. You've got to lead the pack. You've got to lead for yourself. Or for some of you, it's something else. Relationship stuff, I'll talk about it in the other video. So stay tuned for that. And your final outcome card in the Osho deck, we have for this the Three of Pentacles, and it says guidance on it. And this card is absolutely beautiful. And what it says is that I'm getting a union is taking place, a reunion with various parts of yourself. That could have to do with working with your guides. That could have to do with working with your higher self, your higher purpose, realization of something that's bigger and more expanded as far as your purpose is concerned. This also has to do with traveling too. And for some people, it may not be physical travel. It may be traveling in the mind. It may be traveling outside the body. It's like deep, So I do feel a very strong message here from the angels and the guides coming through this week, which is why, again, I was guided to share Ascendant Master messages with you in this reading. And in the next reading, we're going to do an angel reading for the love reading for the week, okay? So I definitely feel like a union is definitely taking place, reuniting, going back and picking up the pieces and looking at what's there and saying to yourself, I want this and I want that and I want to do this now. And yes, I could use some help. So let me gather up the support that is there for me. So support coming, support, people coming together to support you, and you speaking up about the support that you can use. So that's some of the things that I see with this card, okay? Now, I was guided to share with you what the book says, at least the very first thing. It says, the angelic figure with rainbow-colored wings on this card represents the guide that each of us carries within, like the second figure in the background. We may sometimes be a little reluctant to trust this guide when it comes to us because we're so accustomed to taking our cues from the outside rather than the inside. The truth of your own deepest being is trying to show you where to go right now. And when this card appears, it means you can trust the inner guidance that you're being given. And it speaks very low. It speaks in whispers. So you got to listen very closely to that inner voice. And that's why I'm coming with the core spirit guide alignment, because I want to assist those who want to work with their guides closer and hear their messages and to unite with them. They want to do that. So I'm going to be assisting with that, okay? So anyway, let me go ahead and tell you all what the messages are for each of you by sign. I did not know I'd be doing this, but that's the message that came through. They said that this is necessary this week. It's a powerful, game-changing week. In fact, why it is because Mercury is going to be going direct on the 9th. Now, somebody left a message and said the 8th, but for your area, that may be the case. But for the U.S., and I'm on the East Coast, in Maryland, for me, it is on the 9th. That's what I was told. This amazing astrologer that I absolutely love. And, I research astrology. So for different areas, if you're across the waters or something like that, maybe it's a different date for you. But definitely it said the 9th. It would be going direct. So usually it takes a day, like by the 10th, for Mercury to be at its it's starting to get full speed, but it's not there yet. It takes a little bit of time, but this reading goes from today, the 4th, to the 10th. Very important week, game-changing week, okay? So for Aries, let me tell you what Ascendant Master is calling for you to work with them this week, okay? Or ongoing, they're saying. I'm getting... Let's see, for Aries. And I'm getting Serapis Bey. Serapis Bey, also known as, I know him as Asar, and also Osiris. Some people may know him by that name. Serapis, yeah. So that's the one to work with for you. And what does he work with? Let's take a look and see. So definitely it talks about prophecy. Also, one thing I do know, it is something that you are able to work with to remember that you are a part of the oneness and that you are essentially unconditioned. Before I even look at the book, that's Asar. And you usually find him looking like a mummy, and he's mummified because he understands that by nature he is peaceful. So no matter the challenge, no matter how strong, big, or whatever that challenge is, you are able to deal with it because underneath it all, you're peaceful by nature. And Aries can be so physical, very extroverted sign, is very externally focused. And that's what's supposed to happen for Aries this lifetime. So Aries has a different way of having their spirituality. It's different for someone who, say, is a Pisces. Pisces is different from an Aries. But work with this particular ascendant master and work with them for things like addictions and cravings and overcoming things. Also, artists, musicians, and creative endeavors, they say. Ascension stuff. So some of you may be dealing with some ascension things and expanding and realizing things, especially with that last full moon. I'm sure it was a huge game changer for some of you. And I know you all got out your receipts, you got out your PowerPoints, you've been doing the numbers, adding things up and seeing how you can do things differently to get a better financial result, to get a better successful outcome in your life. And that's for some of you. And also planning, helping other people manage their lives better. The other thing that's coming through is clear communication with God. You can work with this Ascendant Master on exercise and weight loss motivation. Peace, definitely peace. Personal and global. And then prophecy. So, all right, so that is that for Aries. Now the next one is Taurus. What Ascendant Master should Taurus work with this week? And I'm getting Kuthumi, and I love working with Kuthumi. And Kuthumi is, you may know him by, the only name I know him by is Kuthumi. Some people may say Mahatma Kuthumi. And some of the things to work with Kuthumi on have to do with dedication to one's life purpose and focus. Huge, right? So definitely look to work with Kuthumi. Now, the next one we've got is Gemini. Yeah. And I'm getting Isis, which is Auset. And for Auset, you know her as like Mother Nature, Goddess of Nature, Lady of Magic, Divine Mother, Goddess of the Mysteries. So working with her, I know mothering, healing has to do with nurturing, being of support to others, or cultivating those things. But some of the things they say are divine magic, feminine strength, power, and beauty, joy, and self-esteem. It also has to do with supporting others and not being a doormat, but learning how to support yourself while you support others. Okay, so the next one we've got is Cancer. What Ascendant Master should Cancer work with this week? And I've got Cordelia. Cordelia is, I don't know the other names that she's called by, or he, or God. It's a goddess. So celebration is what she helps with. Courage, gardening and flowers, joy, life changes, and stress management. So that's for you, dear Cancers. And the next one would be Leos. The Ascended Master for Leos to work with is Horus. Horus is Haru. And Haru, you work with Haru or Ra. And how would you work with them? Well, you'd work with them, I know for sure, this has to do with your willpower. Let me make sure I'm keeping up with what sign I'm on. I'm on Leo right now because I'm winging it off the top of my head. So yeah, willpower, motivation, working out, sticking to your plan, staying with that creative energy, staying focused, motivated, yeah. Sexual power, sexual energies, stamina, definitely stamina on the top of the list. Seeing how you're able to help others bring out their creativity and motivation too, because Leos are natural motivators. They really are. They're innovators too. So some of the things that you can work with Horus or Haru with has to do with, it says clairvoyance, but I hadn't known that to be the case, but you can. Courage, mother-son relationships, also your relationship with your mate too, being that leader, standing your ground, strength, vision, physical strength also, and psychic stuff. That's what they're saying, which I didn't know, but hey, and having that vision to see far off in the distance and having the stamina to keep going after it. Next one we've got is, Virgo. Yeah. What Ascendant Master should Virgos work with this week? Cordelia. Again, Cordelia for celebration, for courage, gardening and flowers, joy, life changes, and stress management. Okay? And what should the next one work with? What do we have? Libra. What Ascendant Master should Libra work with this week? Mary, the beloved mother. And this is basically Queen of the Angels, Mother Mary, Virgin Mary. So, what are some of the things you want to work with her on? Well, I'm definitely seeing healing coming up in here, and yeah, wow. Children adopting, children, all other issues related to children, children support for those who help, fertility, healing of all kinds. It says healing, I love it. That psychic stuff. And then it didn't say that psychic stuff, but I was just like, I was picking up on that. And then mercy. Mercy, yeah, for others and their, I would go a step further too. It's also about forgiveness. That's the other one that I'm hearing. That's for my Virgos. So after Virgo, what do we have? We've got Scorpios. And I'm getting Tara. And Tara, which I love, green or white Tara, you may know her as. She is an enlightened one. And what can you work with her with and on? Compassion, protection, removing and avoiding obstacles. And green Tara helps with emergency aid, overcoming fear, and understanding and insight. And white Tara helps with enlightenment and longevity. All right. Also, I work with green Tara. Green Tara can be worked on for feminine things, for women power, for just your inner beauty, for remembering it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Self-love and stuff like that. The next one after Scorpio is Sagittarius. What Ascendant Master should Sagittarius work with this week? Sedna. And what should you work with Sedna on? Has to do with, she's the ultimate sea goddess. That's what it says. I love it. Abundance, especially for food supply. Animal rights, especially relating to water-based. Animals, fish and birds, dolphins and whales. Dreams and intuition, the granting of wishes when you're in the ocean. hands and fingers, healing hurricanes, dispelling, and ocean conservation. Yes, I was going to mess that word up and call it conversation, right? Wrong. Protection while swimming, sailing, or surfing. That's what you work with her on. And then after Sagittarius, we have Capricorn. What? Okay, I already got it. St. Francis for Capricorns. Work with that Ascendant Master this week is what I'm getting for you, Capricorn. Helps with animal communication and healing, career, finding a meaningful career also, environmentalism, life's purpose, finding one's own life purpose. Tongue twister, peace, personal and global, and spiritual devotion, and youths trying to overcome delinquency. Those are some of the things for Capricorn. Then we've got Aquarius. What Ascendant Master should Aquarius work with this week? Moses. I've got Moses for you. Prophet Moses. And you work with that Ascendant Master on helps with authority figures dealing with negotiating, with clear communication with God, courage, faith, leadership, miracle working. All right? And last but not least, of course, we have Pisces. What Ascendant Master should Pisces work with this week? Okay, let me try to say this name right. Buddha. Yeah, but this is Maitreya, or a Maitreya, something like that. But it's the Buddha of the future Buddha. Okay, it's the happy Buddha. Yeah, the laughing Buddha. Okay, I got the picture now. So you want to work with this Ascendant Master for joy, automatically, for laughter and sense of humor, lovingness and love, peace, global and personal. All right, and the belly protruding on that happy Buddha symbolizes happiness and abundance, also prosperity. All right, so now that was it. I used the Angels and Ascendant Masters book for giving you all that. So bibliomacy, I know I'm not probably saying that right, but they guided me to just close my eyes or look away and to allow the pages to just move through my hands, and what came up for each sign was what was the message for them. So that's who you work with. I'm gonna go ahead and do the love reading now with the angels, and I feel all the love is so good. And I'm gonna talk to you all soon, and definitely look forward to my school. I actually launched my online school, and I'm excited about that. So I look forward to working with you, talking with you. And if there's something that you would like to see from naturallyhighlife.com, from what I do, something that you can use some assistance on, something you think that I can assist with, or something you're trying to get through a troubling time or problem, something like that, contact me. And if you're looking to work with me also, go to my website, naturallyhighlife.com, and then you can read about, on the front page, you'll see the very first thing on there is going to guide you to where to go next. All right, so we'll talk soon, and definitely I appreciate all of you all supporting and following, liking, subscribing, and sharing. And the more likes I get on the videos, the more I know what you like and what you don't like. I already got a better feel. I can feel like you all prefer to see a face on the screen rather than just the cards and a picture, a still shot picture. So we'll continue doing that. And beyond that, I hope you all are safe and know that you're loved and know that you're supported by this universe, no matter where you are, no matter what you're going through, all right? Peace.